Okay, so let us start with opening up ref. What is it called? Ref pad, and see what's going on. So I opened this up yesterday, just quickly, and I found one breakpoint here. No, that's oh, oh. Okay. Well, never mind. Right. So this is what I found. I was just looking at it for like 5 or 10 minutes. Glyph ID is the same. Here's a string that I was trying to find out what it was. So if we are running this, we paste that in there. We can look at the shaping. What I find interesting here is that we are having a code point 32. This is space, I believe. Space. Hex 20. Decimal 32, yeah. There's no spaces in this string that I pasted. So I would like to actually find where the string memory is. It should be somewhere here. Font. I am using this shape begin shape UTF-8. I think it might be the editor that has the memory. So let's see. Yes, we have multiple lines. Apparently there's no lines. Text. Okay. 12 bytes, I believe. Because it's not 12 characters. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so it is 12 characters. So I am wondering... this character is called WoW, I think. Doesn't say. Scene. Okay. Anyway, we can find the UTF-8 encoding there, and we can compare it. EFBA, there's nothing like that there. And not around it either. So I don't think that's it. The interesting thing here, if we go to the next character, 1608, let's do this as hexadecimal, 648. Actually, U plus... We have this character. And that character is this one. I don't think there's a second one like that. And I'm not quite sure why that would be where it starts, because it looks like to me like it's starting from here or from here, and then the next character is this WoW. Yes, this is WoW. This is scene. And then we have another space. And then we have 0xa. Line feed. $6.46. Noon. That's this character. And another noon. And then 6:27. Aleph. This one. Or this one. Are they different characters? They look the same. But I don't know how the highlighter works. If these allographs are... If it's highlighting allographs or it's only highlighting the exact same character. This looks the same as this one. Ah, they are not. Damn. How are you supposed to know that? But it is this Aleph. $6.33. Another scene. Oh, well, it's this scene. Let's see. 2D. Oh. Ha. So I guess this is ha. It is. But you can see that, okay, so it is highlighting the different allograph. Because we have three versions here, the middle of the word, beginning of the word, and isolated. And I don't know if the isolated version, is that the same as the beginning of the word? No. End of the word? Ah, okay. Okay. So we can clearly see we're going from the left to the right. Now, I don't know why this is... It starts like this, and then it draws this. So then we're having another space? No, 29. Let me... Te? Where's my... Where are my characters? It's not this one, of course. Okay. So where's this te? Is it this one? Looks like it. Then we have... So no spaces, by the way. It went straight from this one to this one, and there was 2 spaces in the beginning. I'm not sure how that works. So we have 29. Another 29. No, here we go. 41. Fe. Could it be this one? Yes. So notice it's the code point is the like root character. But the actual symbol we are drawing is this allograph. And then another 2D. And 44. Lam. And then we're going to have another wa. I guess 33. Scene, not was scene. Okay. And that's that word. And then I think we're going, it's the next iteration, right? So that's very interesting because I wouldn't expect it to go. Basically, it goes this character and then it starts from the beginning. It draws space, this character, and space. Space character, space, this string, and this string. That makes no sense to me. Now, if we are opening up another one, and now we open up my project. We do the same thing, essentially. I would hope. Oh. That looks different. That is different for some reason. Or is it just the font? Might just be the font. We are loading the Arabic font. Six seven, thank you. Where's the language? I need to load the font also. Yes, it was not found in the alphabet. That's not my main concern. This is probably nonsense right now, but you know, that's how it goes. Oops. So we can see that here, the first glyph so they should be the same string, but the first code point is different. So here we have 646. I should probably write this down. And what symbol is that? Why would it do that? Okay. I think the editor isn't super happy about this also. Okay. So the first character is this noon. Then we have 627. Aleph. Six 2D. And then space and so on. Okay. Remedy doesn't know what that is. But what you can see is that that is the first string. in order. So Nun, Aleph, Sin, Ha. That's the from the left. That is the first word. Here, however, we're having 029. Yeah. Right. It's only this string. We stop and we have space first. Like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. 20, 48, 20A, 46, 46, but the ID is different. You notice that? So I noticed if we go to Wiktionary, we take this character or something. You can see that we're having two WAVs. We have no. What? Where is this character? It's this one. So for some reason it's isolated here, but it's not there. Those are different. So maybe there's like rules about it has to form a valid word, you know? That would make sense. But I can do this, right? So if we do the same thing here, 648, right? We have line feed for some reason. I don't know why. We can see here a line feed. That's like return to the left. Then 648 is this character. The ID is 62. Then 645. It's this meme. And then it's 648 again. But you notice the ID is different. 62 and 60. So I think that's how it actually is determining which character you should be drawing. So these code points is kind of useless. So let's, instead of using the code points, let's use the code IDs or character IDs. And we can just draw this like simple string. So that means that we have to change what we need to change. We're already doing this. Mm. I think all of this could be kind of rewritten. I think I want to make like some larger change to this. We can just revert if we need to, right? We have the backup. So let's experiment. This is length as in byte length. User ID. What is UTF-8 with user ID? Like this is about login characters or something. It doesn't explain it. Like I would love to know what this means, but because there's 113 references to it, But I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's telling me. Arbitrary identifier when reading the results. Okay. So it's like if I want to call a certain character something specific, I believe, then. I don't really care about that. I just care about the font ID thing, glyph index. That has to be the byte count. I don't see how it could not be. We shape this, and then we get like our context. And I guess we can run it. We're doing this shape run, right? I don't care about any of this. All I really care about is the glyph ID. And that ID is what I'm going to be using later. Because I can use this get glyph bitmap box to get all this data. But first I need to get the glyph index. And the glyph index is what I'm getting here. And let's get rid of this. I don't... Or do I need the code points? Probably I want to have the code points. So we're going to store the same thing. So we need to run for all of the ones that already exist. So for I32 I equals 0. Alf glyph count. Now this is going to be quite inefficient, but I don't believe we're going to have that many characters anyway. So we're iterating through all of the ones that we have found, if we can't, b bool found equals false if they are not the same, found equals true, and if we can't find it, right? No, it's the opposite. We can do this. So we can't find it, then we increment this. Actually, this decode, it only has the code point. So what we need then, we also need to make sure that if the ID will be 0 if it can't find it. What is a like invalid UTF-8? Like I want a character that is not doesn't exist. Like, what does this mean? Just give me the bytes. Like, I don't know. Is this in JavaScript or something? Like, I don't know what that means. Oh, Python. Like, I don't read Python. No Python, please. Okay, they are all illegal bytes. So we can do... Where's our alphabet? Here. Um, can it be 0? Like 0 is a valid character as in a null terminator, but it's not valid in terms of being part of the string, right? So I guess we'll find out. It's going to complain about something here. It's not used. Redefinition. Okay. Is this context going to be upset with me immediately? There's a lot of zeros in here. So, okay, let's look at the glyph. The code point is 43. A C? Huh? Okay. Okay, I guess we have a C in there somehow. What? Glyph count is 0. But I don't know the glyph count. Three errors. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it definitely has an ID and a code point. We won't find anything, of course. Wait. And this is where I can add my custom, like KBTS glyph UTF. How do I add this? User ID. It doesn't really tell me how to push my own IDs, I guess. Let's just leave it for now, I guess. Oh. Code point 0. And we do that for what? Somehow C is there. I'm not sure why. But yeah, then the next glyph is just not working. Help. And that's this error. Error, alphabet, unsupported character. Do I know? It doesn't tell me how many bytes have been consumed. Right? No, I have no idea how many bytes have been consumed. So I don't really know how to get the character itself. But I can get the code point. And then otherwise, given language. So we do that. I don't think we have to do any of that anymore. So we clear that. Now we have a list of code points. They are all Arabic characters. Some of them should be duplicates. You see here, 6 and 7, but here they have different indexes, right? Like, it's literally true. It's literally true. No mames. Okay. So then we do the same thing as before. Font height, texture size. We go through each and every one. But now, instead of the code point, we get the index. Is this even useful anymore? Like, I might as well just do character in here. And then like that. So we're doing this for each index. So this is now alf. Like that. And then later make code point bitmap. No, we want stb glyph bitmap. And this, where's this C coming from? Might even call it glyph and then just call this ID. How can I do that? How is that not an error? I don't need to do this at all. Yeah, this is completely separate. It's not quite alphabet, but you know. We need to know the context. Let's see. Is it shape context? Hmm? What is this? Mesh font. Okay. It's a large function, like 500 lines, but I have a feeling it's only needed in this very specific context. Like it's not used afterwards. And also this thing. Okay. I don't think I need to think about that too hard. Like that should be just defined somewhere. I can't see that being anything other than 4. Okay. The glyph index. Why is it in shape buffer? No. This is not the ID. That's the index here that we are actually drawing. So we're having an index. That index is this. It's just the offset. So I think what we actually need to do is we need to find the glyph. I don't know if I want to make a for loop here, but might only need it once. So we are having alf glyph count. -1. It's the glyph ID. Okay. That is different. It looks like they're being written in the wrong order. Mm-hmm. I want to take a look at the texture. So, okay, we are successfully drawing the different allographs of the same character here, and we are also using the correct allograph. However, they are not connected. So these two characters should be connected. Also, there's a third character that I'm not seeing. We should be drawing 3 characters. So what happened to the third? And also, why is this negative? Okay. First one is fucked up. Interesting. Okay. So for some reason, the first character is messed up. I'm not sure why. 648. 1B2. Okay. So we're not finding it. Oh. $6.48. Interesting. So that, do I really not have it here? It should be right there. Well, what form is it in? It's probably this form. This connected form doesn't exist here. Okay, now we have index 14. Uh, 16F. One 2B. Oh, these are in, the offsets aren't in hex for some reason. Okay. 434. So now we should be drawing it. And we are drawing it. And they are connected. But then we have this extra character at the end. And that's probably due to my drawing function in OpenGL here. Draw. This thing takes the glyph count. But we don't have the glyph count anymore. We are having the string length, right? Yeah. I don't imagine it has the index in there. But we don't know the string length based on the count or the bytes. So we just gotta count it ourselves. And I guess we do. Oh, maybe this should be like J. I think it's technically not a bug, but I don't. Oops. I don't like mixing multiple characters like that if I'm already having it defined there. Okay. So we are doing that. This I should be, it should be left here. But it's a string. What are we drawing? The mesh glyph count. Yeah, but I'm having a string that I want to draw. I will just write that right now. But it shouldn't be there in the future. Okay. So let's draw something more interesting. Maybe we can find some bugs. Ah, we already have that there. So is that readable? I think it might be. It looks good to me, but I don't read Arabic, so let's go to Google Fonts. And we want to draw this with Cairo. I might want to increase the size of this, by the way. Font height is already 80, huh? Let's say then 120. I feel like 80, it doesn't look like 80 to me. So you can see here, this is 81 and this is already like larger than this. So honestly, that looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty good. Uh, How do I even select it, dude? Okay. So that is not mine. So that's just a bunch of characters. I can throw in something different. Ideally, I would have. I don't know. I wouldn't do this exactly, but for now, this is fine. Let's go back here. Let's select. Let's see. Dot even. That's quite long. So I haven't implemented line breaks yet, but I can make my window really long. It might be too large. That is tiny though. Am I scaling this? This is not scaled. So why is the size so different? Okay. So I would say this is readable. I can't read it, but it looks fine. Like that's the best I can do for now. Some of them. Okay, let's take the original, right? Copy this. Uh, moment of farewell. Mm-hmm. There's orthographic errors. So where? So in the very, very beginning, it's writing this. And in our text, it's writing no, this is on the second line. I'm reading this. Is that the first instance of that? One match. Well, actually, can I? Is it? Now I'm wondering if this is already supporting line breaks. I would assume not. But we could try. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's something I'm gonna have to handle. I can probably do it like this, where cursor. So if glyph dot code point is equal to new line, which is is it this one, line feed? Zero XA. Then we put a cursor X equals 0 and a cursor Y plus equal some number that we need to calculate. And then we continue because we don't really want to do anything else. That did not work. Am I not doing anything with this? I am using it. But for some reason, it's... that's quite strange, actually. Is it just not enough? It has to be like 800, maybe. Yeah. So these units are in this glyph dots or something, and they need to be a lot higher. You can also see that we're drawing from left to right, which is interesting, but it's not a huge issue. So let's draw the same thing. Where is this then? Okay. Yeah, this way we can just delete that. We don't need it anymore. And the second line. And now we're drawing the same thing. Build failed. Yeah. Now we're drawing the same thing like on the website. Just left to right instead of right to left. But that's okay. We can now compare this. Hello? No, I can't highlight anymore. I want to compare this to this. I see also that it's on top. So this should be minus and probably even more. And here we can put it on, no, game. We can put it at 200, maybe even 300. Hey, it's working. Okay. Still too close. So we have this like C with a dash, W with 3 dots, O with 2 dots, that thing, and that thing with a circle above it. And then you have this L shape, Aleph, with a squiggle. And then the S with a circle, I with 3 dots and a line, and then J. So that is the same. And what you were telling me, instead of this, but I think this doesn't actually exist here. That's the only thing I can find. I think it just didn't see it because of the quality. Because you can see you have this like Aleph with like 2 squiggles, one straight line and one kind of C shape. So I don't believe you. Do this instead of this. They all have the squiggles on top. And then this one. And again, if we compare, that is this thing. And you can see we have this like L with a straight line, like some kind of V shape with a circle and this 2 squiggles on top. We have like this W thing with 1 circle, 3 dots underneath, and a straight line. And then this Arabic smiley face, right? So they all look fine. Whatever this is saying that we're having this instead, that's not true. And I think it just doesn't, it can't tell because of the quality, maybe. I feel like that's the reason why. Okay. That's very nice. Now, I do wonder, how do I actually draw it from right to left? Because I did put in language Arabic and direction right to left. But when we're drawing, uh, hmm? here. So while we're drawing, we are having a glyph. You can see advance X is positive. And you can also see or can you? So like through the entire thing, we are drawing from left to right. And then at the very, very end, we get our cursor X. And that is, you know, the 43,000 because we were drawing from the left to the right, and that's how much the cursor was advancing during those characters. That means that then when we want to draw it, we have to adjust. I should just close this. We have to adjust this because otherwise we will. The bytes are coming in left to right. Even if I have to select it, like it's being weird when I'm trying to select it. I'm trying to select it like I go here and I click on the right and it goes to the end. You see that? Like that's weird. That's weird because the bytes are literally coming in from the left to the right to be compatible, I guess, with the rest of the world. And that also means that we're drawing left to right. However, if we actually want to draw it right aligned, then we need to go here and we need to find the entity. We have the entity. I don't know. I need to use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay. So, like I was saying, we can get the cursor offset using the same formula here. And we need to set the entity well, actually, it probably should be part of this. Right? So then we're having the mesh font. We are doing this. And would be negative, right? Like if this is Arabic. And probably there is also here, this is the new line. The new line should have offset Y. It doesn't? No, really? That would be the perfect place to put the like space down. Okay. Then I don't really know where to get that value. We're gonna have to like iterate through all the characters probably and like make some default value ourselves. Then of course you can like kern it with some settings like how much do you want to add or remove. So if we do this, this technically shouldn't be here, I guess. It should be part of like another kind of font. But I'm just throwing it in there for the moment. Where are we? Here. Actually, it would be game. Well, the game doesn't know. But the game could know. Or I guess car. And you can add all kinds of things here. Kerning. But for now, this font goes in here. Mm. Sure. This font actually shouldn't have the string inside. So then, what? We just have one for now, so let's just use that. The mesh font equals mesh font. Offset X equals this. And offset Y is 0. Yeah, I think that messes up everything. No? Okay. So in my game, I draw. If it's the mesh font, I'm just gonna throw that here. Ah. No. Fonts. I don't know, dude. Would I ever offset normal entities? I think no. Well, the question now is, do I want to have one entity that could be a font, or it could be like any 3D object? Or do I want to have different types? I have this base entity, but then I also have the font. Wherever that is. This thing here. I could make them the same size. So here's something that I could do. You could do something like this. Hmm? How is that anonymous? How is this anonymous? It's not C++. So then that means I'm having my entity. It's having its extended font offset X. So now we can do this, right? And if we would have different types of entities, so right now we have font. We can think about different things to put in here. So I'm not 100% sure. But you know you might use something with skeletons or speed of animation, like whatever, and then whatever is the largest struct here is the one that all of them are the size of. Unfortunately, it does make the axis a little bit more verbose because you have to go through extended and font and whatever. Personally, I think that this could be this is unnecessary. But that's the language. That does mean that when we are setting them up, we have to set their type. Strictly speaking, this is not necessary because it's already 0 initialized, but you know, doesn't hurt. That's how it's called, right? Uh, people just call it something. Never mind. So then that should fix it. Yep. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Oh. I see. No, dude. Why? that just a warning? Is that technically allowed? So the first line, I need a smaller string. I hate trying to select this text. Okay, that's more manageable. But now I don't have the glyphs. Uh-huh. So what happens here is, am I drawing the size? Okay. I'm gonna have to do it a lot more simple. And then and that's like the same symbol. Something distinct. Yes. It can be longer. Really? What? Dude. Okay. I feel like so the funny thing is it's drawing from here, but then it's drawing all the way over there. So when I'm drawing a new line, how does that work? Because it's drawing left to right and making a new line and drawing left to right, and then I'm shifting the entire thing by whatever the last line cursor was. But I don't know what these offsets are until I've drawn the line. So should I go back and recalculate everything after? I don't think so. Maybe he mentions this somewhere. Break flag direction. That was a setting, right? Feature override. New window. Open recent. Rough pad. He was definitely using it. Glyph direction. Mm-hmm. No results? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we can do a here. And what is current direction? I'm definitely gonna have to look at rough pad more closely. For now, let's do run dot direction and direction. See if that changes anything. Nope. You know, it's funny because if we open up RefPad again, can we make it line break? I don't think so. That's I don't need that, but I want it to be right to left. Because this is not how you read Arabic. It should be like here. It's like normal text, but just right to left. A regular text, I should say. Maybe not normal is the right choice of words. But that doesn't seem to be a feature. We can do layout glyph. What is this? Okay. Fine. Like, I understand what he's saying here, but that is just literally not what I'm seeing. They are globally right to left in the sense that the text itself, if we start this again, so here is our beginning. We go all the way to the right, and then we are drawing to the left, and then we advance to the next word. So we go like all the way over here, and then we draw backwards. So we draw like in this fashion, right? But the entire line is not on the right side. And that is a difficult problem. Because if that's not supported, I need to figure out something smart. So what I'm doing here is that I'm putting the anchor on the right, which is correct. But each individual line, so basically, if I were to delete this, then it works. Except I don't have 2 lines anymore. But I don't know how long the line is. That's the issue. Mm-hmm. I am about done for the day. Now, this is just like my own hack, right? This is not really something that is part of this. Um, so, okay, I will do like a very quick thing just to like prove a point. This should work. So if we have a new line, we get the cursor X, we go through 4. For the characters that we, so I32 line start. Okay. It's not I, by the way, because I'm already using I. And now we're what we're doing is cursor. And then we access what? Shape buffer, I, offset X. Note, this is only for right to left. Yeah, minus line offset. That's it. That should be it, except I think we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do this. But we will find out. No? How? Jay. Oof. At, at the end, I also have to do the same. And then we are removing this, I think. Hey, look at that. And it's at 600? 800, yeah. So that does work. I am not super happy with that solution because it requires us to pass through every character twice, although only in the right to left case. Even though there's plenty of situations where right to left will be used that you can think of, right? The issue, of course, being that this entire calculation depends on the cursor X value. So without that, I don't have anything. Like there's nothing for me to do. Yeah. So that does work. I guess coincidentally, that does mean that my font offsets are not necessary. But I do want to keep it because there might be some things like if I'm gonna, or well, actually, this entire thing probably is better done with an anchor. Uh, and then we have bottom left. What else do we have? We have top center, bottom center, and then we have center center, and then end anchor count. And then using that, you have, you know, your offset. And, you know, this might even be done in 3 dimensions. This is 2D, right? You can do this in 3 dimensions. I am not even sure that's worth typing out. Because I can't imagine that I would like to have 3-dimensional anchors. Usually all you want is like top, middle, bottom in 3 dimensions. But for 2D, this is, and especially text, this is pretty important. Now the question is, what would be bottom left and bottom right? Which direction is left and right if you have this in 3D? If I would be using it for 3-dimensional objects. I guess that would be decided by the what do you call it? By the grid. What do you call it again? Like the X, Y, and Z dimensions. What do you call it? There's a specific word, I forget. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's not super important right now. Or should I just do 3D immediately? Bottom left. Or should I do like northwest, east? I don't know. X0, X1. X0, Y0, Z0. That's like the bottom left. Close, near, far, near corner. I'm not even sure which what direction. Like right now, everything is 2D. So I am not even sure that's what direction each dimension is going to go at. I do favor Z being up. So that would mean bottom near, no, left near bottom corner, right? Because X0 would be the left, Y going forwards would be near, and then bottom would be Z downwards. So with that, you're having just every iteration of this. It would be like that. But then that messes up my coordinate system because right now I'm just treating the XYZ where Y is up and X is left. So I guess and these should be floats. So like I think that's a better solution overall. I might still need this for other reasons. But a lot of it should just be in the mesh. So I have different types of meshes. I have 3D, basic 3D objects. I have meshes with bones, meshes with textures, meshes with almost nothing except the like geometry. And then I go from there, basically. And then I can anchor them to different spots. But I need to flip the entire this right now is drawing X positive right, Y positive up. But I need to turn it like this so that Z is up and X is to the right for it to match what I wrote here, basically. And that's not a huge change. It's just like changing the this transform matrix over here. Projection. I don't know, like off the top of my head, I'm not 100% sure how to do it, but yeah. So this is no longer a thing. What error? Extended. So like right to left, then would be this. But it already is. It already is. Okay. Well, that's pretty good for today, I think. What I would like to do tomorrow is I would like to I would like to read text. Or actually, there's one more thing I need to do. I need to support this, right? I might even already do it. I am not sure. Probably I need to do something like what he's doing in ref term. Why is it like that? Just last. Okay, like something is being drawn. And they are in the right order, but they're in the wrong place relative to the rest. So I'm going to look at that. Then I want to have all of the text in one file, and then I determine the alphabet sort of from that. But yeah, for another day. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.